Okay, so when we factor trinomials, there's two really instances that we need to talk about. Is that when a is equal to 1, so that means that there's no number in front of your x squared. Okay, that's one type. The other type is when a does not equal 1, which means that there is a number in front of that x squared. Okay, we're going to actually do the left column first, because y'all are pretty much used to factoring like this. I think y'all remember this from Algebra 1. Whenever you have no number in front of x squared, okay, you need two numbers that multiply to your c value, but will add to your b value. Okay, so what I mean, like, all trinomials have this ax squared plus bx plus c. So our c value in this case is a positive 18. And then our b value is a negative 11. Okay, so you just need two numbers that multiply to 18 but will add to be negative 11. So right away I'm thinking 9 and 2. But the issue with that is I need it to be add to be negative 11 but multiply to be positive. So it's going to have to be negative 9 times negative 2, and then negative 9 plus negative 2. So then I just write my factors. So x minus 9, x minus 2. Okay, and that's it. Okay, number 2. Actually, sorry, we're going to do the left column first. So again, so our c value in this case is 15, and our b value is a positive 8. So I think 3 and 5 will work, and they do. So it's going to be x plus 3, x plus 5. Okay, and I'm just factoring, y'all. I'm not solving, so I don't have to set each factor equal to 0. I'm just getting the factors. Okay, and then number 5. So I need two numbers that will multiply to be negative 8, but add to be 7. So I'm thinking 1 and 8. Okay, but I do need one of those to be negative, and I need the 1 to be negative. So it'll be x minus 1, x plus 8. Okay? So now we're going to talk about when you have a number in front of the x squared. Okay? So to do that, we need, our first step is to find two numbers that will multiply to a times c, but will add to our b value. Okay, so in this case, our a times c is 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And our b value is just 1. Okay, so I'm thinking 3 and 2. And I need the 2 to be the negative 1. Okay, so that's our first step. Our second step is to take these numbers and replace our b value. So instead of x, I'm going to write negative 2x and a positive 3x, because those are the same thing. If I do negative 2x plus 3x, that's just x. And then this becomes a factor by grouping problem. So 2x squared minus 2x, our GCF is 2x. That leaves us with x minus 1. And then 3x minus 3, our GCF is a positive 3. X minus 1. Okay, I'm going to factor that x minus 1 out, and I'm left with 2x plus 3. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so if we look at another one, so again, I'm going to start by finding our two numbers. Okay, so a times c in this case is going to be 5 times -6, which is -30. And our b is -7. Okay, so I'm thinking 10 and 3. And one of those needs to be negative, and in this case, it needs to be the 10. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite our -7x as -10x and positive 3x, okay? And if y'all are wondering why I'm doing like -10x first, is because I know that the 5 and the 10 will have the 5 in common, and the 3 and the 6 will have the 3 in common. Okay, and then I factor by grouping. Okay, so this first group, GCF is 5x, x minus 2. Then in our second group, our GCF is a positive 3, x minus 2. Factor the x minus 2 out. And I'm left with 5x plus 3. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, so our a times c, so 2 times 21 is 42. And then what they have in common is -13. Okay, and if you don't know this one, like off the top of your head, put it in your calculator, guess and check, whatever y'all need to do to figure out what factors will work. Okay, so I'm thinking it's going to be six and 7, but those actually both need to be negatives. Okay, so then I'm going to replace them. Okay, so this is going to be -6x, -7x, and then I have the plus 21 and the 2x squared. Okay, so then I factor by grouping. Okay, so that first group, I'm going to take out a 2x, and then I have x minus 3. And then the second group I take out, I have -7. That's going to be x minus 3. Take out the x minus 3, and I'm left with 2x minus 7. Okay, and that's it for